Hi, my name is Shivani Tyagi, your philosophy and ethics teacher. Today we are going to discuss something very important, something very sensitive, Nepal's case, which is happening right now. So we won't be taking any side, but we'll see how philosophy is relevant in life situations that happens around, and we'll try to understand how this is relevant and what are the perspectives of philosophers according to this case of Nepal's. So in the starting of it, I'm saying that we are not taking anyone's side. We are understanding how philosophy is still relevant when it comes to daily life scenarios like this. So imagine Nepal, Nepal like a stage. So history, religion, and all these are like actors, doing an act, right? Now there are some changes in our script. Now those changes are that Nepal, once who used to be like Hindu kingdom, is no more Hindu kingdom. It's like secular, right? Now Christian had this thought that finally we will be able to practice our activities also, but other communities had this fear that now our history, our culture, our religion can be in danger. So this is a contrast, this is a contradictions that we'll see. So now how this thinkers, we can talk about Mill, we can talk about other philosopher, Amartya Sen is there, modern thinker, how and what are their perspectives. So they are like sitting in a front row, right? And they have this thinking, they have this perspective. That is what we are going to discuss today. So this discussion explores Nepal's recent case through the lens of philosophy. Okay, so basically it aims to help UPSC philosophy optional students connect real world issues, right? So whatever is happening around us, this I have been seeing in my classes also, that philosophy is something which we can connect with real life, with our personal life, and we can connect our personal thoughts and ideologies to those philosophers, right? And this is what we do in my class. We do discussions on current affairs also, right? So philosophical concept and thinkers, no side is taken. The focus is totally analytical. This is what we have to understand, that we are not taking any side. We are not going very political. We are taking it very easy and understanding how this philosophy is actually relevant in real life also through these philosophers. Now, Nepal declared itself a secular state in its constitutions. This we all know, right? Ongoing debates on secularism, religion, freedom, and minority rights. Tension between traditional majority beliefs and liberal values. Religion is something which is a very sensitive topic, right? We have seen so many cases in India also, the diversity, the cultural differences, right, the ideology differences, and it create chaos, right, sometimes, right? So there are rules and regulations made for it, and we have to understand, and this could be done with philosophy also, right? There are different perspectives. Like in Jainism, we see that Anekvanvad, Syadvad, with these theories which teaches us non-violence, right? So these are the philosophies which teaches us that it's okay to have diversity, it is okay to have differences, it's okay to have other perspectives also, and we have to analyze it, accept it, and move forward to it. And the moment we accept it, I think society will be like a place in heaven, right? And especially in today's world where we are covered with materialistic world, where we are not understanding the truth and totally going towards the illusionary world, right? It's getting difficult for us to understand the differences. So philosophical concept when it comes to secularism, separation of religion and state, right? Different perspectives we have, different diversions we have in India also. Then religious freedom and minority rights we'll discuss over here. Nepal's incident tells us that how important it is that to have subjective feeling, to analyze things, right? Constitutional and rule of law, then utilitarianism versus deontology, liberation versus communalism, multiculturalism versus pluralism. This is what we are learning through philosophy, especially looking at the case of Nepal, right? There are different religion. Secularism is implemented, and it is making chaos. But also there are like round of applauses also, because finally those minorities may get right to actually deliver their practices. But then there is fear of losing some culture, some history of some communities also. So this relief and fear, this diversion, this contradiction, this division is what we are talking about here. So now let's understand that how Nepal and other philosophers actually making their viewpoints and how it's relevant in philosophy. So now imagine that Nepal enters in a classroom and teacher asks Nepal that who are you? And Nepal says that I am a secular, right? Now the difference is, now minorities may face, those Christians may face that yes, finally we'll have rights, we'll be able to practice our religion. But Hindu religion may think that and have that fear that we might be losing our history, we might be losing our culture, and this differences is what we are talking about, and how these philosophers are putting their viewpoints in this scenario. This is what we are going to understand. So Locke says that Nepal, why not allow full religion freedom? Faith belongs to the heart, not the government. So it says that why government is interfering? The religion practice should be like subjective, right? The interference of government should not be valid. It should be subjective. It should be personal. So Locke said religion is something personal, right? Then Kant, but are you respecting peoples as human beings or as just protecting traditions? That is the real test. So the question, which is like protecting religion, protecting the history, protecting the culture, Kant question is, are you talking about in human basis? Are we actually going towards humanity? Or are we talking only traditional basis? So difference between tradition and humanity is what he's talking about. And especially looking at the chaos that has been generated, this raises the question of Kant, that we are talking about history, we are talking about culture, and when we talk about religion, isn't religion the one who talks about, peace and not going towards the violence? Then are we actually going towards the religion, or we are just satisfying our ego? So this is something that Kant wants to know. Then Mill, he raises hand and he asks that if conversion doesn't hurt anyone, banning it is oppression, liberty must be protecting. Mill says that if conversion, if it's I am being satisfied that it's okay that I can be converted and my beliefs are matching to that religion belief, then it is okay to convert myself. If conversion is not harming anyone, then it is okay. So according to Mill, it is fine to convert. So all the questions about conversion that has been raised, so Mill is the answer. Mill says that it is okay if you are being converted and it's according to your will and no one is forcing you, then it is okay. So this is what we understand with Mill's ideology. Then Roche pounds that desk. If the majority wants tradition respected, the law must follow the people. So he goes with majority. So whatever the majority says, whatever the majority talks about, this is what he talks. So Sen shakes his head. Words are not enough, Nepal. Do minorities actually feel safe in villages, schools, workplace? If not, your constitution is just in ink on paper. So the question is asked, is the constitution something which is put up on the paper, or is it actually being followed? If it is not being followed, then this is something, a total waste of constitution. So question on constitution has been raised, right? Then Nepal feels pulled into 5 different directions at once. That's the drama of philosophy, and this is what we do in my class. We take current affairs, we pull out all the philosophers from our pockets, we discuss them together, we make debates, and then we analyze the situation and we put ourselves in that situation and understand what we could have done differently, what could have happened there, and what we could have done to manage that chaos. And Nepal's incident is very like sensitive, and I feel that all, not only these philosophers, there are many philosophers which I think fits in this case. So if you are the one who is very much interested in these topics and want to take out all the philosophers out of your pockets and put those philosophers thoughts into real life scenarios, then you are most welcome in my class, because we don't only write notes and go back to our schedule, we actually do discussion, we do debates, and then we analyze the situation, and then we understand what we could have done differently. That's what I do, because my class is not about completing the syllabus, is not only about making notes, it's more than that. It's more than understanding the character. So this is what philosophy is. So Nepal's case highlighting philosophical tension, right? And like the philosophers that I gave you, I made you understand their ideologies and how they fit into Nepal's scenario. Balancing secularism, tradition, and pluralism is the key. That's what philosophy says. Now, philosophers provide framework, not fixed answers, like we just did, right? Answer is something which comes with the situation, which comes with the scenarios, which comes with the time. But yes, philosophy is something which can help you to analyze it, differentiate it, maybe to even impact it. But fixed answer is something which comes with time. Then UPSC connect real issues to philosophical analysis. Looking at the paper and PYQs, this is understood that the UPSC doesn't want you to complete syllabus only. It's more than that now. It's not writing the clear definition and move out from the examination hall. It's more about practical life. It's more about living with the philosophers. It's more about the understanding. And if you are attending my class, this I can assure you that you will be understanding all of these with debates, with putting these philosophers together, with connecting them with real life. And this is what we'll do together. So if you are interested in, if you have interest more than completing the syllabus, then you are welcome in my class, because together we'll not only understand the syllabus but we'll have debates in my class. So me, Shivani Tyagi, I'll be waiting for you in my class. Thank you.